So, hello everyone and welcome. This is a very special year for us. Erickson Coaching Austria turns 10 years, and we asked ourselves, what is the best way to celebrate? And we decided actually not to have an usual party, but to celebrate it with a day that people will feel and remember, and that will create value for leaders and for organization. Unfortunately, we're living in a bit of a fast world with a high pressure to deliver, and many people are asking, how do I stay human, present, and connected while still being effective? And that's why we decided to create the Empowerment Day, an experiential leadership event in Vienna on the 6th of May. And we decided to strengthen empowering leadership across three levels: the individual, the team, and the organization. And I'm very happy that today I'm speaking with Dr. Marilyn Atkinson, President of Erickson Coaching International, and one of the most inspiring voices in our field. Marilyn will be, of course, also part of the Empowerment Day, and the participant will have the chance to join a fireside chat with her and learn from her knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Marilyn, thank you very much for being here with me, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today. So I would like to start with a question. So as we are organizing the Empowerment Day, so how do you define empowerment in one sentence?
Oh. Well, empowerment means presence, doesn't it? So we're empowered when we are both able to be present with those around us, aware of what's truly important to all of us, and we're standing in our connection to the future. We're standing in what's valuable to us all and speaking from that, Miglena.
Wonderful. And I'm really curious, what life experience shaped your understanding of empowerment the most?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. It's many life experiences, but mainly my teacher was a man named Milton Erickson, and he's known for a lot of things, but what really made him the grandfather of coaching, so to speak, of really our Erickson way, our solution-focused vision for people in the world. What made him so important was his ability to genuinely assist people to collect and recognize their vision, their purpose, and their aim. So as people really get in touch with that on the deepest level, really noticing that their purpose is not just this moment's small purposes, but that they've got a life that's rich and empowered and genuinely purposeful. That makes the difference. So for me, my experience of working with Milton was the great door opener. And then attempting to follow that through the years. I used to put Milton on my shoulder and say, okay, here I am working with this client who's difficult. Uncle Milton, what should I do? I wouldn't say it, of course, but I would inwardly recognize that there was knowledge available. And guess what? It would come to me. It would come right when needed. So call that intuition, if you like. Our programs really train people in staying aware of their intuition, aware of their abilities. And that all came from early work with Milton Erickson. So he was the door opener. Now, we found a lot of ways to do that, Miglena. Erickson Coaching has 93 tools. That's for the art and science of coaching alone. But fundamentally, those tools are Ericksonian inspired technologies. So Milton is the source.
Great source. I mean, I'm also, using a lot of what I learned from you and from him. And this was amazing that how much this empowered me at first place, and this supported me then also the knowledge and the experience to support and to empower also other people. Yeah, great. And talking about the individuals, and of course, what we learned from Milton about how to empower people. So, what would you say is one daily practice that can build this self leadership and support people to empower themselves?
Well, there's many actually, but I practice mindfulness. That's my daily practice. I tend to be a walker and a hiker, so I hike up a mountain behind my house. I'm on a wonderful mountain in British Columbia, and I go on a daily hike, and as I hike, I am opening my awareness. Now, I do this anytime. I do it at home when the weather is bad. I do it at dinner, and it's very simple. Just becoming present. I just notice what I see. Seeing, and I see the first thing, and then I say it twice. Seeing. And then I move to hearing. What am I hearing? Hearing. First listen. Hearing. Deepening that. Really listen. And then feeling. Feel the body. Feel what's there. And feeling. Feeling and widening the air on the face. Awareness of the quality of experience right now. And then I continue. I go to thanking. Now, thanking is really important in my life. So this empowers me a lot. And a lot of our processes are opening the area of receptive okayness. Really being okay with our life and learning how to stay in that. Staying with, this is how it looks when it's working. This is what it's like when it's okay. Not noticing all the little things that might come into the mind. I should fix that, or he should fix that, or this is wrong, that is wrong. Just okayness. So thanking. And unconsciously, I don't necessarily do it, but I do it if I'm walking. I just open my hands and just take in that experience of gratitude for now. And one final thing I do, I go to loving. The first level loving, it's usually what I see around me, or the experience I'm having, or if I'm eating a meal, the taste of the food, and then loving my life. And I experience the heart open up. I put my attention on my heart, and it's kind of like the central area of the body, and I experience it open wide, as if my arms could open right up. And I'm going to the peripheral vision on either side as well. And I'm loving it all. Just loving life. So that is what I do. And I do it in about 30 seconds of awareness. And breathing that in, and then if I'm meditating, I'll do it again. If I'm mindful. If I'm eating, I may do it a few times and really get present. If I'm making food and cutting vegetables, and it's a very important practice for me.
Mm. I'm
Now,
very,
right to coaching, by the way.
yeah. And I'm very happy that you mentioned that, because actually, also the idea for the Empowerment Day is also to create this space where people, can practice being present, and noticing things that are happening. Having this holistic approach of everything that is important for us as human being. And we also have a great workshop in the context of how we use the body, the intuition, yes, as a empowerment for us as individuals. Yeah. And also the frame of the day is, in individual, team, organization. So we had a bit now talk about how we empower, what would a good ideas to empower individuals. But I'm also curious, as you, as someone who's really has great experience with working with teams. Yeah. So what would you say are 2 or 3 signals that a team is empowered?
Oh, wow. Well, the first one, of course, is that people are open to each other. They're not showing with their body and language that they're there because they are either taking control or letting someone take control. In fact, they're curious. They're asking questions and listening to each other. And if there's a great team coach, who's facilitating that, facilitating people's awareness of each other and the conversation they're building, and how one idea, can be looked at, and then another idea can be looked at, and you can bring the two of them together and see how they combine. And the team coach is assisting the space of awareness, using often the physical space around everybody, around themselves, a whiteboard perhaps, allowing people to see both their internal messaging, but more than that, each other.
And I mean, empowering teams, of course, support organization to be effective, to be successful. And I know that in your career, you worked with a lot of organization all over the world, between North America and China.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and you continue doing that. And I'm curious from your experience. So what is something that is important to be redesigned, shift, however you name it, in the company, so that they can increase the empowerment of their people, their teams?
Okay. Well, the company needs to actually see the team as a team, not as a series of individuals who are doing tasks, who might meet together occasionally, but in a very top-down authoritative framework. As soon as teams are allowed to be teams and take on ownership of various areas of combined results that they are empowered to do as a team, everything shifts. And that means that the team is given, if you like, a safe space to work, where they can actually now, especially with a good coach, begin to think together, as I described a moment ago. And that requires that there's hands off by the company. Yes, they're going to produce a result, but they can talk through ideas without the fear of somebody from above being right there saying, oh, that one's mistaken. That person doesn't know what they're talking about, and disqualifying people. It's much more useful for people to learn from each other, to hear the most qualifying messages together, to hear each other's discoveries, and to give each other what I call beginner's mind. Beginner's mind is the framework.
Yeah, an important framework. Yeah. I mean, I would say we're living in a very interesting time, with all technology and everything that is happening around the world. And so I'm curious, what gives you hope about the leadership right now?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm actually seeing these interesting times as possibility times, because often when things really close down, people really open up. They take a look at what's needed. They actually start thinking about their life as part of a community, not just as living off of the community or using the community as a stepping stone to their success. And that means they start to really put attention on their own growth. And so when that starts to happen, when people say, what do I need? I'm anxious about this. How can I work with my own anxiety? How can I build resilience? How can I speak my own truth? How can I trust myself in the world to go beyond my limits? We're talking about going beyond our limits. And our programs need to provide avenues that are 10 times more empowering than what the person has been living with so far. And Erickson courses are designed to do that, to empower people to go beyond your limit, really go beyond your limit. And the limit is a roof of cautions. How do we respond to our life of challenge and actually notice we can trust ourselves? So we're building a conversation of inner trust. And we're saying, you're the kind of person who keeps your promises. You're the kind of person who notices what you can do and does it. You're the kind of person who really looks further than just the paradigm and sees what is possible. So that's what we're building, Miglena.
And you mentioned what is possible, and now I consider, especially with the technology, so many things become possible and even more possible. And I know that you're very interesting into the development of the AI, and I know that you using and working with it and discovering it and studying in it.
I'm using it deeply at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I also, because I also do it, and I consider this as a real, discovering, going into depth and, finding out what is working, what is not working, what is useful, what not. I mean, it's interesting. And I was thinking, what or in what way do you think AI can support empowerment in a way that is not replacing human leadership, but supporting the human leadership?
Okay, well, that's a great question, Miglena. AI needs to be thought of as a partner. And certainly the idea that AI can do it for me is a waste of our time. It's our ability to prompt AI effectively. And that means using our coaching language. AI is linguistic. So we need to set the frame, not just with prompts, but with workflows that actually use multiple prompts and that allow us to use all our already formed tools. And we've got lots of already formed tools. We are actually right now using AI with the Erickson language effectively. there's a logic, a deep logic in our language. And so we're using the various ways we talk to different kinds of partners, the various ways we talk to ourselves and define what we see as our potential, the various ways that we define our values and our vision, the various ways that we can describe to AI how specifically it needs to work. And so we're giving AI frameworks because AI doesn't have the capacity or the potency to set those frameworks at this point. It'll set a framework it thinks fits for you. But we need to use coaching style questions, coaching style frameworks to build strategic alignments with each other and let AI support that. So we need to use AI to continue to breathe in inspiration in ourself and breathe out reflection in ourself and let AI partner with that, because it will, if we stand mindfully as capacitators, AI does a lot of the integration level work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolute. And I'm really also looking forward to the opportunity to learn also on the Empowerment Day from one of the AI experts in a German-speaking world here, who will bring the newest about what is on the AI world and how we can use that as an empowerment, you know, on the individual level, on the organizational level, but also with the teams. And I think this is a very interesting topic, because I also consider that we still need to learn which is the best way, and as you said, you know, what to use, what language to use in order to really be empowered by the AI and use it in a best possible way. Marilyn, thank you very much. So it was great pleasure talking to you, and I'm happy you shared your thoughts about the idea. Of course, I'm looking forward to meeting you in Vienna and to spend the Empowerment Day with you and also to exchange with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I enjoyed your questions, Miglena.
I'm happy about that. Thank you. So.